Oh, Jesus.
Who wants to start?
Okay, hey guys, this is Douglas Hussar with Cesar Hussar. We have...
Mama Hussar.
Who's with...
The American people.
No, hey, Urban Game Changers.
Urban Game Changers.
How do I know what she's supposed to say?
Well, this is an Urban Game Changer video, but it's a late night special edition. Because I'm tired.
I'm with Cesar Hussar.
It's like 2 in the morning.
It's a response. It's a
YouTube
reaction,
/Cesar
It's
Hussar.
a reaction to the Obama address to the riots that are happening
all around the country right now as we speak. It started in Missouri. Ferguson is the name of the city. I'm glad I got that right. And pretty much we just want to talk about what Obama said to the issue. I can say from my point of view first. We watched
well, let's watch the video one more time. You guys can watch it with us.
Philadelphia tonight. It all comes just hours after President Obama acknowledges emotions are running high while also appealing for calm. And the very moment he says that is the very moment violence really starts to erupt in Ferguson. Watch this.
There are issues in which the law too often feels as if it is being applied in a discriminatory fashion. I don't think that's the norm. I don't think that's true for the majority of communities or the vast majority of law enforcement officials. But
watch this.
There are issues in which the law too often feels as if it is being applied in a discriminatory fashion. I don't think that's the norm. I don't think that's true for the majority of communities or the vast majority of law enforcement officials, but these are real issues. And we have to lift them up and not deny them or try to tamp them down. What we need to do is to understand them and figure out how do we make more progress. And that can be done.
So you just watched what Obama had to say about the issues in Ferguson, Missouri, and now we're going to talk about what Obama has said. I personally do not agree with how Obama went about his reaction. And as the President of the United States, I mean, I personally am looking for a much more emotional response. Like, we know it doesn't have to be a big emotion. We know it doesn't have to be out of control. But he could have showed a little bit of sorrow. He could have been like, this man was laying in the streets for way too long and humanity has been called into question here. Or he could have said something like, you know, I'm a little sad that Americans have decided to riot in the streets physically. He could have done any of those things. He could have chosen any of those emotions, but he was very blank about it. And I don't like that our president is so lifeless when it comes to the entire country has a free, from coast to coast, we are rioting and or protesting. You don't think that merits a emotional response? What do you guys think?
Douglas is absolutely right. He treated it as if it was like another speech. He just treated it like,
was he reading?
No, I think it was probably the script that he had. I think the part of this issue, I'm going to break it down. He says, there are issues in which the law too often feels that is being applied in a discriminatory fashion. That just boggles my mind because I think to myself, the law is being discriminated against. The law? Are you saying, President Obama, that the police is being discriminated by the people when the people are the law in the sense that they govern the law? I just find that fascinating. And then he continues on. He says, I don't think that's the norm. And he says, I don't think that's the truth for the majority of the community or the vast majority of law officials. Well, Mr. Obama, wake up. Wake up. Just get the flowers out of your head. I mean, people feel discriminated against. And they feel discriminated against because it's over and over and over. Look, 2014, people have cameras. People have phones. They have phones, my brother. And they are taping. What? I am not beating the bush.
But the point of the fact of the matter is,
it's
the
true.
point of the fact of the matter, the point is, Mama's right. People have phones. People are gonna start documenting their stuff. We've seen a lot of videos on Facebook ourselves that have shown the political issues and not the political issues, but the police issues that we've been facing as individuals. And so I think this is a culminated outlet for some of those people and how they feel about the government and its police force. But in this particular case, I think that there's a lot more going on then, and this is not the outlet.
But tell me, why would he say there are issues in which the law too often feels it is being applied in discriminatory fashions?
Part of me thinks
What does
that
that mean? What is he saying? What is he saying with that?
He's saying that he's rewording or trying to make pretty of the fact that there are people are seeing police as being racist and very discriminative towards people. That's what he's saying. When he says the law, he's not saying the law itself, like the Constitution. He's saying the law, like the people who enforce it.
Well, don't we live by the Constitution?
He's talking about the police force in this particular sentence because he's regarding the issues in Ferguson right now.
He's regarding upon the police itself, not the law that the police are.
There are issues in which the law too often feels that it is being. What is the it? It is being discriminated against. It's talking about the law. It's talking about law enforcement. It's talking about the police. He's talking about the police feel that they're being discriminated against.
No, he's saying that the police are discriminating against people. Okay, let me read it and try to go along.
There are issues in which the law...
all right, replace the law with...
I'm not replacing them. I'm using the exact word. These are his words.
Because law is just a substitution for police officers.
Right.
Or the
so put the police in. Didn't say it again. Put the police in.
There's an issue in which the police too often feels that it's been applied in discriminatory fashion.
Oh, stop right there.
The police are applying in the discriminatory fashion. The police are doing
the police are a problem. Okay.
I think there's two parts to it.
No, but I want to finish that thought, though. If the people feel that the police are discriminating, and they are biased, they are racist, they are acting emotionally like they did when he shut them.
On the majority, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
So that's where the problem
lies. The man is in La La Land.
That's where the problem lies, is he thinks that it's not happening, which it is.
No, I think he's saying that the majority of the law force does not have that happen. That's what he said. Is not saying, is not feeling. That's what he said.
I'm reading exactly what it says. I don't think that the norm. I don't think that's the norm. He says, I don't think that's the norm.
I don't think the majority. The norm.
No, he says, I don't think that's the norm. I don't think that's the truth for the majority of the community.
That is true.
That is true for majority community. And the vast majority of law officials. So he doesn't believe that that's the truth, that the people feel that they're being discriminated against.
He's saying that he doesn't believe that a majority of the law enforcement is doing it. He's not
corrupt.
saying that the law enforcement is not doing it. He understands they're doing it. He's just saying that out of 1 out of 10 police officers...
Okay, my point is this. Why is he saying that? And I think that he's saying that for two different reasons. Part of the reason might be because he does want to quell the anger and the physical violence that's going on around the country, so he's saying that to kind of quell those people's emotions. And the other part of me might be thinking that he actually is agreeing that you guys are kind of crazy and that the law is not as out of order as some people are saying it is. And I think he's wrong on both accounts for saying it so blankly.
I think the timing of it is really, really bad.
Really bad. Why would you say
right when he said it,
now?
the people are watching on their phone on the video like, oh, this man is crazy.
And that's when the riots kicked up even more so. If you guys watch the news and whatnot, right when he made out that statement, not 20, 30, 10 minutes later,
what happened to domestic tranquility? What happened to the Constitution being instilled upon the people, by the people, through the people?
Okay, let's look at this at a king's perspective. As the king, or the person that's supposed to represent the people, you have to represent the people in the way that people feel. If you just represent in this cool collective manner, not even a cool collective manner, in this rehearsed manner which you present your speeches, all your speeches, the same way you've done all your speeches. In a critical situation...
Well, he's supposed to show that he's calm. I understand that, but there still should be some concern that represents the people.
Concern is a good word. If he had concern in his voice, we would feel differently about the words that he said.
No.
But he didn't.
He didn't. It was just a routine speech to him.
But this goes back to when he was elected, guys. We all know that Obama was elected, and he didn't have great speech skills, and he wasn't good on the presentation side of it all. Even in the debates, he would get chewed up and spit out by the Republican opponents.
The man's been in office, what, 6-7 years now?
Exactly. But over that course of time, he is not getting better. And at this point in time, I think he's getting voted out.
I am not going to lend it to the fact of his delivery. I'm going to lend it to the fact of the words that were said out of his mouth. There are issues in which law too often feels that it's being applied discriminatory fashion. Well, they don't feel it. It's actually happening, President Obama. It's not a feeling. It's an action. An action that is taking place, obviously not just in Ferguson, but in all other parts of the United States. Wake up. Smell the roses. Urban communities are at large, painfully mad and upset. Urban game changer needs to be instilled more.
And that's an important topic too. It's that when he talks about the whole circumference of the law enforcement, how it's normally not happening in law enforcement, he's also taking into account communities that are good and don't have any crime rate. He needs to focus upon the communities that have a high crime rate and a high rate of police brutality. He needs to focus upon those communities. It's because as a whole, sure, there's a lot of great communities, but there is also very bad ones who have stayed bad forever, and those are where the problems lie. We don't need to focus on the great community because they're great, and those people don't have the need to rob or steal because they have high-paying 6-digit jobs. As people who are in the lower communities don't have those high-digit 6-paying jobs, and they're working off a minimum wage, in which these problems are spawning. So, in a sense, yes, overall, the law enforcement is not being very discriminatory towards the majority of Americans. But if you were to take out the percentage of great neighborhoods and low crime rate neighborhoods, you would find that the lower money-making communities and the less money-funded communities as well get a higher crime rate and have the main problems. And if you focus on just those communities, you see that there is a very high percentage of discrimination. You can say back, was it in New York, the frisk policy, how police can just search you? If you look at the facts, African Americans and Latinos get searched way more than whites. But the counter argument people would like to say is, well, the blacks and Latinos have a higher rate of finding materials on them and finding, drugs and stuff of that matter. As you would say, okay, if they were to check the whites as much as the blacks and Latinos, I bet you'd be the same rate. So I think that Obama is coming at this in the wrong way. And he's looking at it very ignorantly and not saying, let's deal with the problems in the bad communities. He's just saying, these guys are doing bad. Don't worry about it. We got 5 other great communities we're going to focus on.
I don't think that's what he's saying. I don't think that he's saying, don't worry about it, don't focus on it. I think that he only addressed this issue at this point in time because he does not want the general population to be rioting, which is correct. He doesn't want people's cars being flipped over, and he doesn't want freaking cars or buildings to be robbed or whatever. The way he went around it is wrong.
Well, he went around it wrong because of the words that were spoken out of his mouth.
Okay,
I agree there.
And whoever wrote this script,
because it wasn't him.
Oh well, it could have been him. Who knows?
He had to proofread
it. He had to
proofread it, and it came out of his mouth. So yes, maybe if somebody did write it, it doesn't matter. He said it, and he took it.
So all you black people who say, "Oh, I love this man. He gonna pay my bills. He gonna pay my mortgage." Oh well, he said that you being discriminated, or maybe you're not.
Mama's being crazy. Whatever.
So I'll leave it to that.
Thank you for not making a point. That's it.
Peace, y'all.
Bye. Good luck out there. Come check us out on YouTube.
And check his YouTube channel. Look right there. One more thing I want to say. Please donate. Go to Urban Game Changers because Urban Game Changers believe in holding elected officials accountable.
Yes, check out Urban Game Changers.
And pray for our country. Pray for Ferguson. Pray for peace. Pray for justice. And I want to conclude with, it is because of the cell phone and the cameras that the American people are awakened. They are awakened with their mind, and with their eyes, and with the phone.
Remember, guys, if stuff goes south, whip out your cell phone and film it, because nowadays that does work. It really does work that way. If you see something going south, doesn't matter what it is, you can film. You can film, okay? Even if the police are telling you no, you can film.
Film it. Tape it. Post
film
it.
them telling you no.
Post
because
Instagram, YouTube it.
It's your biggest offense. When you're in court and something's going south, if you don't have video of it, you don't have anything.
This is the power right here.
I don't
Right
want
here.
pictures. I don't want sound.
Maybe
I
not
want
with the
video.
with the stuff there, but
Okay, bye guys. We love you. Bye.
peace.